Welcome to iQ4. Today we're going to review student profiling and member profiling. And the important part to understand is iQ4 offers a very powerful search engine for potential employers or project work that is looking for specific skill sets and relative information to that project. So iQ4, by using your username and password, very similar to other types of protected sites. What we're seeing here is a lot of correspondence that's been going on in different projects, in this case that I am involved in. However, we're going to bypass that for this demonstration and go straight into the profiling. To access your profile, simply click up on the upper right hand side where it underscores user profile. And initially when you enter your information, we're going to try to make it as easy as possible to update your background. But the important part here is to spend the critical 10 or 15 minutes that it takes to fill out, even if it takes a little longer. It's a one-time and you have the initial capture of your background, because the employers will be searching all kinds of information here. And essentially, it is critical to have as much data as you can, because this will differentiate you in the eyes of the employer when they're doing their search. To make it easier, we have an import LinkedIn function, which allows you, if you have a LinkedIn profile, to simply log on to LinkedIn and import your profile. I've already done that, so I won't continue to do that on this video, but it has captured basic data including my name, my birth, my phone number, contact, email, etc. You can decide whether you want to display some of this information in the system. You can also decide whether you want to receive text messages or not. If you do, you simply click to confirm that you'd like to receive the text messages and the carrier that you utilize. So this is some basic data. I'm going to take you through a couple of areas here. The education is important because it allows you to establish where you are, what your student status is, or if you've graduated, any particular activities and notes that you'd like to make the employer aware or anybody searching for your background. All this information will be searchable either using our textual-based search or an attribute search, which we'll get into a little bit later. Following your education background is your experience. And it doesn't matter where you've worked, what you've done. What really matters is in the summary area here to really provide a good, robust description, up to 256 characters, of what you've accomplished, what you liked in terms of that particular project, so on and so forth. So it's important to make sure that you complete this information. Everything that we're doing within iQ4, this entire profile, is going to be maintained over the lifespan of your academic and potentially your professional career. So it's important to pull as much information as you can, and then from a maintenance perspective, just simply update this information as things are added into what you believe are important to project on your profile. Once you've done that, nothing else needs to be done on your side, because the employers will then search for you. So this is a great way to spend the time on really making yourself the individual and not having to spend time sending out resumes. This fourth area here is on the skills. And this is one of the most important, if not the most important, section of the profiling. We have accommodated for 3 types of skills in here. What we call career skills, which is what you're learning, such as accounting and auditing, media arts, engineering, etc. We've also added in what we call the soft skills, or the workplace skills, the entrepreneurial skills, and the technical skills, such as the technology in Objective-C, let's say, for programmers, or SAP background for accounting and finance. But you could see here in the entrepreneurial skills, this is where our key focus is. These are the skills that the employers are looking for that you typically don't get education and training on in school. So you can see we've selected in my profile some skills like disruptive thinking, multitasking, pivoting, which is the ability to change in market conditions, salesmanship, and all these skills, once selected, are added to your profile here on the right. So you can see not only the category, but the specific skill which will be searched on. In addition, we have, and we're beginning to expand the proficiencies for each of these skills so that you can share with whoever views your profile what you feel is your level of proficiency within each of these skills. And it's okay if you are an entry level in a skill, because over time, as you're engaging in these virtual internships and engaging in different projects, you can scale up the proficiency levels that you've attained. The last piece on the skill side is we've created a quick search box. So if you don't want to go through the over 2,000 skills categories on the left side, which you can see we've had some defined here, and there are plenty more here to choose from, you can actually just go in and start to define a skill, let's say research. And as you're typing, you can see that there are many different areas of skills that research pops up on. So you can select online research, let's say, add this skill, and it'll be added here as one of your strengths. So this is a little background on the skills area. I suggest you spend a lot of time on this area, because eventually this is what you will be, employers will search on to find you. Any additional information that may be relevant. Again, very important to fill this information out. The more information, the more accurate that information is, the better aligned you will be for the types of jobs employers are looking for. Two last key areas. One is my resources. So this is the digital portfolio. As you can see, I have added some information. These are papers in terms of an overview on the company, maybe a website design development project that we're working on. The important part here is that you can attach any information that you believe will differentiate you and will demonstrate and highlight your strengths as an individual, whether it be designs you've done in engineering, videos you've done in music, or what have you. So this is an opportunity to create a repository of the information that's relevant to you during your entire career academically. And last is the workplace preferences. So the way iQ4 works is the employer fills out a profile of their job requirement, specifically focused on skills to match up against your skills. But these jobs, you can decide, hey, I'm working right now and I'm doing some work in school and I'm not really interested in being searched for as a candidate, or I am definitely interested in any kind of work I can get, whether it's an internship, paid or unpaid, whether it's a full-time, part-time job, whether you want to work on site or virtual. These are areas that you can select from and choose to basically regulate or control the search that employers will do on you. So in essence, we have filled out all of the information on the profile, and I'd like to just show you what an employer will see when they find you. And here it is. So if the employer does the search and finds you, they're going to find out what kind of background you have, your education, your experience, any type of patents or publications that you may have been involved in, or public or certifications, and any additional information, as well as the resources. They can click on a resource and see that information. So the employer is really getting a full, robust view of your capability. They can email you and invite you to further discussions on something that they may be looking for.